were just talking about variants, and now there's news of yet another variant having been identified, a new coronavirus variant that shares some similarities with the more transmissible variant that was discovered in South Africa, is on the rise in New York City. This according to researchers at the Columbia University Vagelos College. Now, the new variant, which is called B1.526, was first identified in samples collected in New York in November, and then by mid-February, according to the study, it's representing about 12% of cases there. And however, we must point out the study has not been peer-reviewed. To talk more about this, we're now joined by Dr. Swapnil Parekh, internal medicine consultant and author of the book The Coronavirus. Thank you so much, doctor, for joining us again. And we keep hearing about these new variants, and it's quite alarming. But again and again, new scientists and researchers have spoken about how this is something that's expected. There will be mutations, there will be variants.
Gargi, thank you so much for having me on your show. Everyone wants their own private scariant. I call these SARS-CoV-2 scary variants, more transmissible, more lethal than all the rest, upon which to blame the increase in cases and increase in deaths. Variants are, of course, concerning and important, but so is human behavior, and so are proven evidence-based public health intervention. Pandemics can be as much a force of nature as earthquakes. But unlike seismic waves, pandemic waves are driven by human behavior, which at least in theory ought to be in our control. So the B1526 variant identified the lineage in New York. One group has the S477N mutation, which is thought to enable it to bind better with our receptors, infect us better. And there's another mutation, the E484K, which is thought to provide immune escape. It's able to beat certain antibodies. And this has been identified in multiple parts of the world where there has been a high level of population immunity. So in UK, South America, Brazil, South Africa, in New York City. So we're starting to see what's called convergent evolution. So the virus is starting to evolve to be able, we think, to partially escape our immune response. And as long as transmission stays up, we're going to start seeing, we're giving the virus more opportunities to evolve. So of course we need to be concerned about variants, but also our own behavior.
Right, and that's why we need to, quicken the vaccine drive. And what do we know about in India so far? Because, there were a lot of concerns when we had those. We have some of the cases that have been identified from the UK, but many suspect there are probably many more cases of, the variant which is identified in the United Kingdom. And but so far, and people even questioning whether the numbers that are going up now, especially like in Maharashtra, that we're seeing, that it could be blamed on these variants?
It could be. But I think it's also our behavior. Ultimately, whether it's the prototype SARS-CoV-2 or OG SARS-CoV-2 as some call it, or the variants of concern, the same public health interventions work. We might have to be more compliant with them, but they work. So in Maharashtra, we've also started in some cities to open up trains. There's increased social contact. And I think we're going to start to see this across the country. Maybe Maharashtra is doing a better job picking up the spread right now, but I think this is going to be a problem we have to contend with across the country.
And what steps, we're already seeing that the Chief Minister has called for meetings, a lot of discussions going on. Now, from the 1st of March, there will be the next phase of the vaccinations, and that is something that, will hopefully be, it'll be quickened, the entire vaccination process, so we can reach out to more and more people. So Maharashtra specifically remains a big concern. It was the state with the largest number of cases initially, and now again, it's been reporting over 8,000 new cases over the last 2 days, and that's after a gap of around 3 months.
Maharashtra has several large cities, densely populated cities. So we do have a lot of risk here as we begin to open up. I believe we're going to start seeing this in other places as well. What we really need to do is, like you pointed out, scale vaccinations, and specifically in those areas where we're starting to see increased transmission. So this is like providing ring immunity to that area, preventing spread. We specifically also need to protect the immunocompromised individuals, because what we are seeing is that in immunocompromised people, the virus can keep replicating for a long time and evolve very quickly. So maybe we need to identify these individuals, prioritize them for vaccination, and keep them safe. But of course, we also need to start rolling out the other vaccines that can potentially stop transmission, like the nasal vaccines, Covovax. So there's a lot we can do and a lot we need to do.
All right, Dr. Swapnil Parekh, thank you so much for speaking to us here at NDTV.